Our next portrait is the portrait of Judge Penny Moylan, and the person that will help us unveil that portrait is somebody who knows her pretty well. That's her husband, Dan. So Dan, if you come forward, introduce Judge Moylan.
Thank you and welcome. Good afternoon. Thanks to the TBA, it's an honor to be a part of this tradition, and we really appreciate that. One of the things when Penny came home and told me about a portrait, it reminded me of something about her that is something I'd like to talk about a little bit here, and it's one of the things that drives her in everything she does. It's her drive to be the best she can be. Now, not necessarily the best, but the best she can be. So that drive is seen in all of her parts of her life, but every part of her life, her professional, her business, her friends, faith, family, everything she does, that is really what drives her, and she is driven to be the best that she can be in all of those areas. And it's interesting to see that in all of the things that she does and how that plays out. For 25 years, I've been married to her and really gotten to see that quite a bit. So when she starts her process, she wants to be prepared for it. One of the things that would be how that would tie into the portrait, though, it sometimes is a little bit of a detriment for her because of the fact that she wants that photo to be the best it can be. And she's got a history of being very particular about how her photos look and what she sees in them. She really is hypercritical of the photos that she takes. Now, I personally think that they come out pretty good, but every now and then she'll have her eyes closed at the wrong time and things of that nature. So it can cause some problems in that area, but overall it's the drive, and anybody that's been around her can attest to the fact that she's driven that way to be the best she can be. And that when it comes to being a friend or part of a family, she's driven that way, and it's very noticeable. It's a distinct feature that she has, and it's living her life with gusto. It does remind me of Colossians 3, where the Bible tells us to live or do everything with all your heart as if for the Lord. So she works very hard to do that. So with that, let's take a look at the photo and see what Jerry, you want to help me? This is Jeremiah, my son, by the way. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Dan. That means a lot to me that you did my introduction today and what you said. I know that's not something that you enjoy doing. I have to say that doing a portrait unveiling is a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit embarrassing, but when I think about it, it really is an honor and a privilege. And so first of all, I'm really thankful to the Topeka Bar Association for this long-standing tradition, for paying for these beautiful portraits that hang in our courtroom. So thank you very much to the TPA for doing that. I've been on the bench now for just a little bit over a year, and my desire to become a judge really was to help people. And as I've been reflecting back this past year and whether or not I've been of any help, I realized that I might not have been of help, but I've received a lot of help this past year. And I'd like to talk about that for just a few minutes. First of all, my family and friends. This has been an interesting year to say the least. Regardless of the pandemic, this is a new venture for me, for my family. It's taken me outside of my comfort zone, and my family and my friends have just been a really safe haven of support, encouragement, lots of prayers, and I'm thankful for the help that they've provided me this past year. Secondly, the judges in this amazing Shawnee County Courthouse. Whether it's the criminal judges that I call on probably an almost daily basis, or when they won't answer the call, run down to their chambers to ask questions, they've been beyond helpful to me. And that just isn't limited to the criminal judges. Every single judge in this courthouse, regardless of the assignment they've had, have provided some help to myself, either through covering dockets or offering up their courtrooms, and just really appreciative of all the help. Then I'd be really remiss if I didn't talk about my phenomenal assistant, Diane Brown. I told her last week when it was our year anniversary that I wasn't sure that I would have made it through this past year without her assistance. Her work ethic, her can-do attitude, her very compassionate, kind, but firm boundaries have been amazing. And so I really appreciate all the help that you provided, Diane. Then it comes to the courthouse employees, all the way from court administration to people in court services to the clerk's office, the help that they have provided to us, explaining things, going out of their way to make sure we have what we need. I am just, once again, I'm amazed by the public servants that work in this courthouse and their hearts and their desire to help not just the public, but the people that work here as well. Then I kept on thinking about the help that I provided, and it goes to the attorneys that practice in front of me, the attorneys in the district attorney's office, the attorneys on the misdemeanor appointed counsel. They have helped me in sort of sometimes explaining things to me during the middle of a hearing. And then as I've sort of learned my way around and had to make some changes to things, they've been beyond helpful in accommodating me, treating me with kindness and respect and compassion, and just really being flexible as we change some things. Again, I'm completely just really impressed by the quality of people that work on both sides of the cases that I've been here, and their desire, both sides, to really be public servants and to have a desire to help their clients, whether it's the state or the defendants. I can't remember if I mentioned with court employees, hopefully I said IT, because they've been a huge help. Lastly, I would be really remiss if I didn't also mention the help that I've received from the people that have appeared in front of me this past year, whether it's defendants or whether it's victims. They've helped really increase my understanding of the challenges that people that are in our criminal justice system face. Challenges involved around mental health, addiction, lack of resources and opportunities in life. I think they've helped me become a more empathetic person. They've helped me become more grateful for the opportunities I've had. And they've helped me want to really become the very best judge that I can be. A judge that is fair, a judge that is compassionate, but a judge that always tries to do the right thing under the circumstances and the law of the case. And so, again, I want to thank the Topeka Bar Association for this opportunity today. Thank you, Dan, and thank you all.